Abilene, Kansas, home of the world's largest belt buckle, the world's largest campaign button, the second largest spur, and hometown of Dwight D. Eisenhower, who declared, "The proudest thing I can claim, I am from Abilene," a Cowboy Art Trail. And its other famous favorite son, Wild Bill Hickok. Abilene was where the Wild and the Wild West began, the first cowtown where the Chisholm Trail met the railroads. The Abilene Old Town recreates the Western legacy. This is Wild Bill's actual cabin from 1871. The rest of the buildings are recreations. As town marshal, he lived close to his work, until he was fired after shooting his own deputy and best friend Mike Williams by mistake. Details of Wild Bill Hickok and the other famous lawmen and gunfighters of Abilene can be found in the Gunfighter Museum. John Wesley Hardin, a friend of Hickok, killed a man for snoring. When he first arrived, Bill's nemesis Phil Coe, half-owner of the Bull's Head Saloon, asked Hardin to kill Hickok. But Hardin responded, if he wanted him dead, why didn't he do it himself? Coe tried it later, which ended in the shootout which killed Mike Williams.
Bull's Head Saloon, and this was hanging in it.
A small theater plays a documentary about Abilene and its lawmen.
Whether they've got a gun, it's mainly attitude. You have to convince them that no matter you're little, big, wide, small, don't matter, I'm gonna win, you're going to jail, or worse. And you hope their button isn't pushed by that.
Kids can play Western dress-up. Across the street, you can see a model of the town as it was. Or play a hand at the Alamo Saloon and slake your thirst with a sarsaparilla. The old Merchant's Hotel has been recreated. You can explore the history of the railroad in Abilene at the Fred W. Schmidt Museum in the Old Depot. Or experience it for yourself with a ride on the Abilene Smoky Valley Heritage Railroad.
My name is Steve Smithers. I am a volunteer for the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad. This railroad is a real piece of Kansas history because it is part of the old Rock Island Railroad, Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific, that has given a lot of credit for building the agricultural economy of the state of Kansas. We go from Abilene to nearby Enterprise, Kansas, a distance of about 6 miles. And what we celebrate in Enterprise is the agricultural tradition of the Smoky Hill River Valley. We have an 1880s grist mill where we actually grind wheat into flour. We can actually put on a demonstration in our mill of how we turn a bushel of Kansas wheat into a loaf of bread. This is a real throwback into Kansas railroad history because we are a heritage railroad and we take old rolling stock and make it run again. So every car on our train has a very unique history. We're listed with the Kansas Department of Commerce as a transportation museum. Only on this museum, you ride on the exhibits. You don't walk by and see them. You're able to talk to the train crews, and we like to call it Kansas' most unique history lesson.
Unfortunately, our iconic steam engine Santa Fe 3415 is not running this season.
This is one of the few operating cabooses. Where the conductor did his work and watched the track trail away.
I'm the president and general manager of the railroad.
Let's take a ride with the engineer, a retired doctor. As the engine is switched direction,
granite stone just like the big one, or small. Now, there would have been your flour that your ancestors would have had. Now, nowadays, and even then, they liked it a little finer. Now we have that. And you can put your fingers in and feel the difference if you want to. Yeah, my name is Joe Minnick, and I'm at the Hoffman Grist Mill in Enterprise, Kansas, which is a reproduced mill of how this flour is done in the 1800s.